Broadcasting from an undisclosed location under a farm pond somewhere in the Midwest. Your host is Jim Crowley. This is Slickfish Radio. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of Slickfish Radio. I am your wonderful, cute, charming, and somewhat modest host, Jim Crowley. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're going to have a really, really great show. Some of you are clicking on already, and thank you for getting here. We're going to have Craig Storms from Dakota Lithium Batteries, as well as awesome professional angler Tyler Rivet. He's joining us today as a special surprise that Craig brought along. So we're going to have a great time talking to those guys. Nobody can flex those fish like Tyler Rivet. So we're really glad that he's going to join us tonight. Donald Haas just chiming in. How you doing, Donald? Good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in. And please feel free to comment when you can, if you have some questions or you just want to comment as you want. Please feel free to do so. We also are going to have a giveaway tonight. We are going to be giving away a Dakota Lithium Power Box 10 tonight. So those of you tuning in, make sure that you pay attention because we're going to be asking you questions. You answer that question correctly, and then we're going to be giving away that Power Box to somebody tonight. Before we get started, I want to thank our friends at American Tackle Company. Still kind of riveting off the or flying high after ICAST winning Best of Show with their Suka 2 handle. Pretty cool for a component company to do that. And I know the guys are really, really still excited. They're working hard, trying to make sure that comes to market even quicker than usual. So glad just all my friends at American Tackle, so glad that they had such a success at ICAST. And so it's just so great. Let's see. Donald, I still have a cigar for you. Well, Donald, thank you. Either we're going to have to meet up or I'm going to have to give you an address, just because can't hold those cigars too long. I don't want it to go to waste. And I sure appreciate you thinking of me. I was just in La Crosse this weekend. I'm sure some of you saw the post. We just filmed another episode for Wired to Fish TV. Again, Wong just chimed in. Hi again. How you doing? All the way from Florida. Glad to have you here. Great show in La Crosse this weekend. God, was it hot. When we got off the water in La Crosse last Thursday, it registered 104 degrees. I think that's one of the hottest days we've ever filmed a show. And we filmed a good one. You're going to see it next week on Wired to Fish TV as well as YouTube. We actually found largemouth and smallmouth on wing dams, catching them mostly on jerkbaits. Never did that in 86-degree water before, but we caught some good ones. And we're going to show you a really good way to fish wing dams on the Mississippi River in the heat of summertime when maybe a jerkbait might not be the first thing you think about. We did it. It was successful. We also caught walleyes. We caught some saugers. We caught some big pike on it, but we caught some really nice largemouth and smallmouth. So I will put a post up later this week, but watch for that new episode coming from La Crosse. I think it's going to be an eye-opener for some people. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and hopefully some of you will be as well. Shields in Springfield, Illinois. Just got done fishing with the fishing manager, Justin Sedovey from Shields a couple weeks ago. We had a great time down in Central Illinois, fishing around there and just hanging out, showing him some of the new products from ICAST and just hanging out with a good guy. And nobody runs a fishing department like Shields does, man. They support a lot of stuff in Springfield right there, a lot of policemen and firemen stuff, as well as youth groups. In my opinion, you can't find a finer store that really gives back to the community than Shields. So we're very appreciative of Shields. Rodney Hubbs just chimed in. Hi, Rodney. Hi from Tennessee. Rodney, we are so glad to have you. Thank you. My goodness, Florida, Tennessee. Look at all you people coming on tonight. I just love this. I always said we may not have the largest audience out there, but thank the good Lord, we have a loyal one and we have a great one. We continue to grow, and thank goodness for all of you. I also want to mention our friends at Cast King. Cast King has some new reels coming out. They started with the iReel over there at iCast, but there's more reels coming out. I think there's even a Skeet Reese version of bait casting and spinning, and they have more reels and some more exciting stuff that's coming out from Cast King. As usual, And Gen just said, "Hey, he's from New Jersey." That's right, Gen. Hey, glad to have you. All across the country, we got people chiming in tonight. This is a lot. I love you, folks. I just absolutely love you. This is great. Casking does have a lot of great stuff coming up as they continue to do. They continually raise the bar, and some of these reels coming out that are going to be in the mid price point range that they're phenomenal. I mean, that's why Casking has constantly the highest reviews on Amazon, the number one selling reel on Amazon, and now getting in more stores. I think they're actually coming to Shields next year, and there's more and more places yet you're seeing those fine quality rosin reels and more equipment, tackle bags, their tools, everything from Casking. And as always, we are powered by Dakota Lithium, 11-year warranty. You can charge this thing 4 times, 5 times faster than any other battery out there. It's a battery that I've been using for a long time. You know, when you saw Dakota Lithium, then all of a sudden you saw other companies coming out there. But in my opinion, nobody has the power. Nobody gives back more to the sport than Dakota Lithium. And we're going to find out more of that. Bringing on our guest, Craig Storms and Tyler Rivet.
Wow.
One looked better than the
Bravo
other.
for the new intro, brother. Bravo.
Nothing but the best here, buddy. I'm telling you, nothing but a basement studio can produce just for
Hey,
you.
Slick Fish Radio has a new slick opening, bro.
That's right. And I'm telling you, so we have both. Look at this. We have a special guest. We have Craig Stormy here tonight, and special guest Tyler Rivet. One looks better than the other. I will allow the audience to make that decision. That is not up to me. I am just your humble host.
He's my
Craig, so
wingman.
I tell you, and first of all, Tyler, I want to congratulate. Didn't you finish like 9th Angler of the Year this year?
Yes,
So
sir.
you flexed your way to a killer finish, dude, in the top 10. That's pretty damn impressive, man. You had a pretty good year. Before we get into Dakota Lithium a little bit, let's tell some people where can they find out more about Tyler Rivet, because this young man is starting to climb up the ladder in a good, and of course he's powered by Dakota Lithium. Why wouldn't he? So tell us a little bit, Tyler. How'd the year feel for you?
It's been a great year. It started off with a win, and you can't really beat that whenever you start
Nope.
with a W and then you back it up with a third. So I got the year going pretty good. I wish every year would start like that, but or even half as good as that, because it definitely helped the momentum for the rest of the season. And looking back at it now, I only had 2 bad days this whole year where I just knew I screwed up mentally and didn't have the things right in that day. So to have just 2 days out the 30 something days I fished total, it definitely helped whenever you live, your livelihood lives on it. You know, it's tough out there, and for me to be that good this year, and to even with just 2 bad days and end up 9th, is showing you how good they really are out there, and how the guys we're fishing against, like there's some sticks for sure.
Yeah, and only 2 bad days. Hell, this is Tuesday. My 2 bad days were Sunday and Monday. So I mean, for you to have one just all year, dude, I just fish nowadays. I just fish some local tournaments, but to put everything together at the level that you are doing, and only have 2 bad days, not only is that phenomenal momentum, but it's really got to build your confidence going forward from here, doesn't it?
It does. It definitely helps to know, like, especially sitting in third and for the most of the year for the AOY standings, and then dropping to 9th. It does suck, but at the same time, it does show that, like, I'm still able to do it, and for future, I could. Yeah, it's just a momentum deal. Still going into next year, just from sitting in the top 10, I feel like I could do it again next year.
And that's great, because you had a really good persona on camera. When I watch, you're working with some of the best companies out there. It's no mistake that 2 of the events this year were won by you and Brock Mosley. No coincidence that you're both powered by Dakota Lithium. Now, some people may say, hey, I'm a little bit biased because they help us, but I will be 100% honest with you. My best days with Dakota Lithium battery, we went 3 days one time, 19 hours without a charge. Okay, so I did 2 8-hour days and then followed it up with 3 more, and I still have full power under that. You guys put them through even more than I do, and just you've got to be. I know you got to have the feeling that there's you have to rely on all parts of your equipment, especially at the level that you're at. You have to be able to rely on that equipment, because that's what keeps you going out there. How much more confident do you feel with your graphs, with your trolling motors, with everything, that you've got literally, without question, the best backing you for a power system?
That's right. Just for this year, I've traveled so much just on the trawler motor this year. I kind of did that from the beginning of the year. I stayed on the trawler motor more than run around, and almost every day for practice or every practice, I put over 40 hours at least on the batteries, and sometimes I wouldn't even charge them all practice. And I really just did that just to see how far I could push them, and I've never had a bad day with them. And even up here, up in the northern swing, it's all smallmouth. You literally sitting on a trawler motor staring at your screens all day and putting the trawler motor on almost 100 all day, and they do not give up. Even you could ask Stormy today, we were fishing out here, and that's all we did was keep it on 100, and they just don't stop. I've tried to hurt them, and they do not do anything but go.
Yeah, no, they're definitely, and you guys got me jealous. I was fishing smallmouth last week on the river, but you and I talked before we went on here tonight. That's my absolute freshwater, saltwater, doesn't matter. I always come back. That's how I was raised, is on smallmouth bass. And that is still every time I get one, I don't care if it's 2 pounds or it's 6 pounds. I'm still shaking. That is my absolute favorite fish. And to be able to stay out there all day and have the power to go after them consistently. Here's Pat from Missouri. Hi, Pat. How are you? Good to see you, buddy. It's a phenomenal thing. And Stormy, my dear friend, I want to bring this up because when we first started, we just hit our 50. We just got a letter from StreamYard. We had our 55th episode of Slick Fish Radio. We have now been on more places. We're still growing, but Roku and Fire TV are our biggest stations, and those are growing. We're a little bit on what else, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Amazon Music. Our Facebook audience loves to come on and share questions and everything. And the first guy who talked to me and said, we've got to be part of this podcast, was Craig Storms from Dakota Lithium. They are the first one who jumped on, and I hope you're liking what you're seeing, my friend.
Hey, did I pick a good one?
In my opinion, you did.
Yeah, you're still here. What's the average length of a new podcast?
I don't know, but we already have some really cool plans, and the next 2 or 3 months are loaded with great guests. So you know what? Thanks to people like you and the rest of them that bring us here and our great viewers, we are thrilled. Now I want to get to iCast a little bit. One, now you guys are a title sponsor of the Bassmaster Elites, which I think is absolutely awesome because even more people know about Dakota Lithium now. But I was talking to your son at the show when I stopped in the booth. One of the things I want to talk about is that new starting battery that he told me about, or one of the starting batteries you have. Can you elaborate on a couple of new products, including that new starting battery?
Well, the 135 amp hour is our flagship cranking battery. We had it readjusted to meet the Mercury specs. So we're compliant with the Mercury motor specs. And it's been a home run for us since iCast.
Now, I just got a question here from Rick Reed, and he said he's heard wire lithium batteries not as good as a regular starting battery. Now, you just kind of answered that. You guys have a new one that meets up to the new specs. What are you seeing from Dakota Lithium in what's coming out?
Well, we were always evolving with the other manufacturers to try to meet their needs, with the anglers to try to meet their needs. We've just come out with a new motorsports line that will be out very shortly. It should handle all motorcycles, ATVs. So that we went out to Sturgis this year, and we unveiled all those batteries in our new lineup. So we're always growing, we're always evolving, and that being sponsored with Bassmaster has just been what an organization to partner with. You know, it's just been a home run between the organization, our athletes. Everything has just worked so well for this whole season.
Yeah, that's absolutely phenomenal. Now, for those of you chiming in here, and a lot of you are from across the country in different parts of the country now, I'm going to ask you this question. We're going to give away a Dakota Lithium Power Box 10. I'm going to tell you a quick story about this little Power Box 10. This past weekend, I was in a buddy's boat. Or this was actually a term before that. We're in a buddy's boat. His aerator went out. I happened to bring, just in case, a small little aerator with me and the Power Box 10. Okay. The aerator goes down on his boat. We're fishing 83-degree water way back up a creek. We won the tournament with almost 16 pounds and kept the fish alive. You know why? I had the Power Box 10 with me. I hooked up that aerator, and I was able to keep those fish aerated even when this thing went down because of that little tiny Power Box 10. Okay, that's what we're giving away tonight. It also has a light on it. You can also charge stuff off it. This little teeny tiny Dakota Lithium battery saved my 5-fish limit, saved those fish from staying alive, and it was easy enough for me to fit in my tackle bag. So I want you to do this. I want you to go to dakotalithium.com right now. I want you to answer me these questions I'm going to ask you, and we're going to pick somebody sometime during the show. We're going to pick somebody to win this Power Box 10. So go to dakotalithium.com right now. Okay, do it split screen so you don't miss the interview. Go to dakotalithium.com. I want you to tell me how many times Dakota Lithium batteries charge. How much faster do they charge than a regular battery? I also want you to tell me how long do they last compared to a regular battery. You tell me those two things. I will pick somebody right here tonight, and we will send them, thanks to Stormy, we will send them a Power Box 10. You need this in your bag for a backup. If you have a cell phone go down, anything like that. This is my favorite little emergency thing to keep in my boat because I always have power. Go to Dakota Lithium right now, dakotalithium.com. Tell me how go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just want you to tell me how many times faster does the Dakota Lithium battery charge than a regular? And also, how much longer does it last than a regular battery? Tell me that. We'll pick your name, and you're probably going to win a Power Box. That's been a good seller for you, hasn't it, Stormy?
Yes, it has. Because like you said, it fits all the emergencies, and it's so compact and light, And I was going to say something to you, but I forgot. I'm getting old, bro. So
that's okay.
If it don't happen, it's gone.
Hey, I want to show you something here. Here's another thing I want to talk a little bit about, and this is a new favorite of mine, and this is the Power Box 60. And I actually use to charge my 2-man boat. You also have 4 terminals, if you guys can see right here, all these terminals here that you can charge different things on, and that's been a winner for you as well. That thing will last forever. You could actually plug in a coffee pot out there, and I'm not kidding you. You can plug in a coffee pot, run your trolling motor, and charge your phone off that in a little 2-man boat. If you had a small cooler, you could probably plug that in. There's no reason to come off the water.
Absolutely. And I remembered what I was going to say. What's coming, Jim?
What's coming?
Winter is coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the Power Box 10 and the Power Box 60 have, ice camping has just taken off. It's like its own new sport now. And the Power Box 60 and the Power Box 135 have just been perfect for that application.
And look at this. Boom. Winner. Rick Reed. 5 times faster, 4 times longer. That took a whole 2 minutes. Rick, Rick, do me a favor. Email me at jim@jimcrowleyoutdoors.com. Put your address. I'll ship it to Stormy. He will send you off a Power Box 10. That's what happens. You watch and win here on Slick Fish Radio. Rick, thanks a lot for that. I appreciate that. You know what we're going to do? We have went already because we're having just so much freaking fun. We're going to take a little commercial break right here in case any of you has to go to the bathroom or anybody else. We're going to do what Chuck Woolery used to say. We're going to come back in 2 and 2. Don't miss this. We're going to be back with Craig Storms and Tyler Rivet right after this.
American Tackle is home to the award-winning microwave line control system. Rod blanks to reel seats, ferrules to finish, grips to guides. They're committed to the very best in rod building components. Find out more, americantackle.us. With fishing beyond your expectations, indoor and outdoor activities, a vast variety of places to eat, drink, and stay. Discover your next adventure between the bluffs. ExploreLaCrosse.com. Located in Springfield, Illinois' largest selection of sports and sportswear, hunting, fishing, specialty shops and services, a 65-foot Ferris wheel, 16,000-gallon saltwater aquarium, and industry-leading knowledgeable employees. You don't take chances at Shields, ever. Go to Shields.com. Achieving affordable innovation through novel concepts and in-house ingenious designs. King cost-effective e-commerce practices directly market to consumers, cutting costs by 30% or more on average. Affordable innovation, superior quality. CastKing.com. Believing quality is measured by lifespan and harnessing their unique chemistry and engineering know-how, Dakota Lithium lasts 4 times longer, powering your passion with an 11-year warranty. Find out more, DakotaLithium.com.
Slickfish Radio with Jim Crowley can be seen and heard on Roku, Fire TV, Spotify, Amazon Music, and iTunes.
Come here. Get in here. Yeah, nice fish right there. Hi, I'm Jim Crowley. Make sure you catch my show, Jim Crowley Outdoors, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, exclusively on Wired to Fish TV. Look for Jim Crowley Outdoors on Wired to Fish TV on free ad-supported streaming TV, including Plex, that can be downloaded in the App Store at Apple TV, Roku, Samsung, and others.
Hey, we are back. Welcome back to Slickfish Radio. We are here with Craig Storms from Dakota Lithium and the flexing winner of the first tournament this year, Tyler Rivet. Guys, welcome back. And, I'm going to jump back to Tyler just for a second there, Stormy. So in your off season, Tyler, besides hanging out with this guy and catching a bunch of big smallmouth today, what do you do in the off season when, because there's got to be a little bit of a time when you want to unplug just for a little bit. That's a pretty strenuous schedule. You got a lot going on. I'm sure you still got sponsor stuff that you're going to be doing, but are there other things that you do besides ripping lips?
I'm definitely going straight home this week. It's going to be 104 over there, but I'm just going to get back in the tractor and get on a deer lease and start chopping up plots and bush hogging and getting back in deer hunting. That's one of my favorite things to do besides fishing. You know, fishing's my job now, so I guess deer hunting's more of my hobby and my passion because the job part took over. But I still love fishing. But I just love sitting up in a tree all winter and just watching a deer. I don't even have to shoot him. I just love being in the woods. So I'm a big hunter, and I'm super pumped that October 1st is coming pretty quick.
Yeah, and my off season, I like to duck hunt a lot, and it's the same thing. I like hanging out with the guys, and we shoot some ducks. That's fine. If not, it's just like you said, it's just a little bit something different. No camera in your face. You're just kind of hanging out, having some fun, making fun of your buddies. I mean, that's what you like to do anyway. So I mean, this time, that's just that part of year is just great. So Stormy, with everything that I cast every time I walk by the booth, and I think you'll admit, since we've seen each other numerous years now over at ICAST, this with over 13,000 people at ICAST this year, this was without question one of the busiest ones that I remember. Actually, hold on a sec before I get to that. We have a question from Ronnie Hubbs. Do I need to get a new charger for a lithium? Hey, Stormy, you can ask that because I think a Dakota Lithium comes with a charger, doesn't it?
Correct. We all of our bigger batteries above the 54 amp hours come with a charger included. If you're talking about an onboard charger, we have an onboard charger. Dual Pro, Minn Kota, NOCO, they all have lithium ready onboard chargers. So that is not an issue any longer.
Yeah, and and going back to ICAST for a second, I run Minn Kota and Humminbird stuff, and I saw the charger over there for my new boat that's going to be set up for next year. And that was one thing that they specified is like, hey, these are all set up for lithium batteries. And so that was one of the questions that I asked, and it worked out really good because I found that information. Hold on a second.
Right.
There we go. All right. Yeah, so I found out that information. And, like you said, you made a great statement early on before the commercial break, is everything is evolving. And I don't think anybody's evolving faster because, quite simply, you were one of the first guys to do it, is Dakota Lithium. And you guys are finding new ways to combat, I don't even know if I want to call them problems, but challenges that you had, but you keep pushing forward. And obviously the market is responding. And I think you're seeing the same thing, aren't you?
Right now, in this market, we were, like you said, we were one of the first ones out. We led the way. We made lithium mainstream. And now there's just so many other companies that have thrown their hat into the ring, good, bad, or indifferent. But because we are so connected with the Bassmasters, with our athletes that we sponsor, we listen, we change up what we have to change up, and we evolve to the current situations. Bigger screens now. Like Tyler said, we were on that trolling motor all day today. You know what I mean? All day, just looking for smallmouth all day. And you wouldn't be able to do that with lead acid batteries anymore.
Right. And the good thing, the good thing about, you can look at it, I guess I can look at it a couple different ways, is that, there's more companies trying to do what you guys did, or you can always look at it as, hey, competition breeds a superior product. Correct. And Dakota Lithium is still on top and still evolving to meet the changes of and the conditions of its customers and what they want. What else? Now, I know you guys are big into the RV market, and just for somebody who may be listening tonight that does other things besides fish, what would be one of the batteries, or what would be one of your products that you would say, hey, you guys should probably check this out. This may be of interest to you.
Well, the 135 is always the flagship battery. It has the ability to crank engines up to 1,000 cc's.
Wow.
And it's just been almost flawless since it's rolled out a year or so ago.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one of the things I saw at ICAST too, again, when I stopped by, is that the booth was constantly busy. I mean, I saw my buddies over there from Angling Edge, from Linder's Angling Edge, were hanging out there and talking with you guys too as well. And I think the buzz in the industry is, obviously we know lithium is a great thing. It's propelled everything from ice fishing, like you said, now to ice camping and things like that. It's giving us a power source, not so much even more power. What I look at it as is, I think it's a safer way to be out in the environment with a smaller power source that's still going to last you a long time. And not to be real dramatic about it, but there are times when that could actually save your life, or being able to take a power source along where you might need it that doesn't weigh a lot and that's 100% reliable. And I think that's one of the best things that I've seen outside of the sport that lithium, specifically Dakota Lithium, has offered. Now you have chances where you can bring that power source along, and it doesn't take anything to keep an extra one in your boat, in your camper, in your truck, anything. They're small enough, they're light enough. Heck, for crying out loud, the Power 60, if you guys go back to the website and look at that Power 60, realize how much stuff that powers. Also realize that it's submersible and it can float. Where have you seen a power source that is submersible? And what if it's on a raft? What if that thing closed up and it can float? You can still have your power source. There are, just because Dakota Lithium is a partner of this show doesn't mean that I don't realize how intuitive, or how their creativity. I mean, they were forged on the grounds of North Dakota. That's flat out cold. That's a new kind of cold. In December, and that's where Dakota Lithium was born.
Yes.
And so when you guys look at this stuff, this is just something that I keep in my vehicle. Obviously, some of the top pros, including Tyler and Brock Mosley, are using this. There's a reason for that. If they couldn't depend on it, they wouldn't use it. And
we've got the hunting public now. They're using our power boxes in their camps. It's just. And especially you're able to recharge them with solar panels. So it's just the perfect thing for the hunting season coming up. You're looking to power up your camp.
Even your feeders.
Even your feeders.
Like
yeah.
The 12-volt little 10 amp hours. I got a dozen of them now. We got over 12 feeders that are 500 pounds each. And I feel like I could put that in there now this year, and I won't have to ever change them out for probably 2 years, because it's really not much power, but you're always going in and out the woods, messing up with the scent and everything too. So it would definitely help, I guess, see more deer in the long run too, because you're not going to be in and out the woods.
Yeah, it's less time you're going to be there.
Yeah, right.
It's less time you're going to be there. We have we're going to take one more question here. Pat Boughton from Missouri. What's the weight difference compared to standard trolling motor batteries? Right. On average.
Well, you can consider it a safe. Would be a half the weight of anything that's out there for the lead acid batteries.
Yeah, and Pat, you've known me long enough to know I've been running these for several years now. Pat has a great kids event in Missouri that I go talk at. every year. We're going to do it again this year. And Pat, you know me, I'm not going to promote, nor will I use anything that I don't 100% believe in. You've known me long enough. You know that I've done that. I am here to tell you that they make an absolutely phenomenal product, and you can rely and you can depend on it. We got one more here. Rick Reed said, great batteries, Rick. Thanks for that. Really do appreciate that. So guys, we're going to, I appreciate both your time tonight. Tyler, thanks for sitting in with this guy. And you guys just were great tonight. Nice surprise. Congratulations, an absolutely freaking phenomenal year. I hope next year's even better for you. You're a hard worker, or Stormy wouldn't be hooked up with you.
Hey, we've watched Tyler Rivette mature on this season on the Bassmaster Elites.
You have, and he's done a phenomenal job, stood up to the pressure, overcame, and finished in the top 10. Absolutely. Pretty flat out impressive. And really, really glad that you got to join us tonight. Hey, before we let you guys go, Stormy, if you would, actually, Tyler, you first. Give me some social media stuff where these people can find you so they can follow you and keep up what's going on.
Follow me on Tyler Rivette for Instagram. It's TR Fishing, and Facebook as well. I'm always posting about the batteries, and it's going to be a lot of hunting stuff coming up soon. So if y'all like hunting, y'all can follow me as well, because we're going to have some fun. Maybe do concerts and a couple of gyms in between there. Definitely.
There's going to be some fins and a lot of racks. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Hey, Stormy, same thing with your brother. Let them know where they can find out more about Dakota Lithium.
DakotaLithium.com is on all socials, Dakota Lithium. Our website is DakotaLithium.com. Our full catalog is online. You can check out all our new products. All our support issues can be handled there. Ordering can be handled there. Everything's online and ready to go.
Tyler, it was absolutely great to meet you. God bless you, son. Keep doing well, and I hope your next year is even more successful. Stormy, my friend, I appreciate your faith in us when we first started. I just appreciate being a friend, and thank you for all you do for the sport as well as everybody else. All right. God bless you both. Take care. We'll see you soon. Love it. All right. Those guys are absolutely awesome. What a great surprise for Stormy bringing Tyler Rivette on tonight. Nice young man, and wish him continued success. Thank you all of you for joining us tonight. A lot of great comments. You guys always come through. Looking forward to getting that email from Rick Reed. So Rick can get that power box, and we'll get that sent off to you pretty quickly there, Rick. And thanks again for joining us. I want to thank our friends at American Tackle Companies always for being part of the show. Again, our friends at Explore Lacrosse at Shields in Springfield, Illinois. Cass King, as always, and as you heard and saw plenty tonight, we are powered by Dakota Lithium. We've seen if Rick Reed said good show. Thank you, Rick. I sure appreciate that. Before you leave, I do have a discount code for you. Now, I did tell you that there is a lot of new products coming out from Cass King. They've got some new reels out there. Go to Cass King right now. Go to CassKing.com. Put in the code JC52AFF. You can get 20% off of those products, the older products, anything on that site. And I would highly recommend you check out some of their tools as well. Some of their new tools are absolutely fantastic, but check out the rods, reels, anything at Cass King. You can put in the code JC52AFF, and you will get 20% off anything from Cass King. So that's that right there. So otherwise than that, I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. We're going to have, I think it's 2 weeks. Stay tuned. If you haven't liked us yet on Facebook, please do so. Then you'll be notified of the next edition of Slick Fish Radio. We also have an updated YouTube page. So you can see season 1 and 2 of Jim Crowley Outdoors on Wired to Fish TV on YouTube. You can also see all the past episodes here of Slick Fish Radio on YouTube as well. We're just trying to update it, but it's kind of like your one-stop shop. If you want to see a little bit more about what we have, YouTube is a great place to kind of sample a little bit, and I hope you subscribe. As I said, we're on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. And as always, I'll tell you this all the time, we could not have a show if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm so very, very appreciative. God bless you. Have a great rest of the week.